Since 1937, presidential inaugurations have been scheduled by law to be held in Washington, D.C. on January 20th. Before 1937, they were scheduled for March 4th. I'm WeatherBug meteorologist Rachel Peterson. The swearing-in takes place outside on the Capitol steps and is traditionally followed by a parade down Pennsylvania Avenue. So the weather can make Inauguration Day an enjoyable event or a miserable one. Many of those soon-to-be presidents faced some nasty weather over the years. Washington, D.C.'s weather from January to March can change a lot and very quickly. You never really know what to expect, especially because it's located on the East Coast and the weather is affected by its close proximity to the Atlantic Ocean, which means normal highs can range from 30s to the 50s and lows can be from the teens to the 30s. With it being winter, you can expect anything from snow or rain to ice and wind, as well as extremely cold or warm temperatures. Let's check in with WeatherBug meteorologist Steve Principali and take a look at some of the extreme weather that has plagued Inauguration Day.
Boy, in 1841 for President William H. Harrison was a cloudy, cold, blustery day. He did not wear a coat or a hat. Sadly enough, tragically enough, he died of pneumonia 1 month later. In 1909, President William H. Taft dealt with about 10 inches of snow on his inauguration day. It forced the ceremony inside. It also downed trees and power lines with the nasty winds. In 1937, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt saw record rainfall on his big day, 1.77 inches, and it was a cold day with sleet and freezing rain reported in the morning. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy had 8 inches of snow cover on the ground from a storm the night before. That caused a very crippling traffic jam, and JFK only got about 4 hours of sleep, it was said. In 1981, President Ronald Reagan had the warmest January inauguration with a noontime temperature of 55 balmy degrees, but in 1985, for his second inauguration, it was the coldest, with a noontime temperature of 7 degrees and a feels-like temperature, or wind chill, of 10 to 20 below.
Although the warmest winter inauguration belongs to Reagan, we should clarify that the warmest inauguration actually belongs to Gerald Ford, who was sworn in during the summer following Richard Nixon's resignation. Temperatures that August reached a balmy 89 degrees. Now that you've heard all about inaugural day weather, it's your turn to do some research. Figure out why they moved Inauguration Day from March 4th to January 20th if the weather in January is so bad. And who historically has better Inauguration Day weather, the Republicans or the Democrats?